the heat. My people are not fools on the heat. You must let my people go, so we can rule from Pep to Cairo. You must free my people's hands, so we can rule our purpose land. I wanna know who owns the land. Who wanna know who owns the land? Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thanks for tuning in to ABS News Talk tonight. I am so excited to come to you today with developments here at the interim government and, of course, around the Ambazonia struggle for independence. Thank you for tuning in. Please, as usual, I expect you to go ahead, quickly hit on your share button so we can get the social media platform populated immediately. Tonight, I bring to you a number of talking points having to do with the French Cameroon so-called senatorial elections, or I should call it selection. Also, I'll be talking about the attacks in Batibo on the civilian population by the ADF, AGOVC, and the ADF. We must call them and hold them accountable for it. And I'm also going to bring you a talking point on efforts being made out there, smear campaigns being carried out there, ladies and gentlemen, to smear what we are doing here at this interim government, and of course yours truly. Please hit the share button and stay tuned. I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once more for tuning in. I'd like to welcome all of you who are tuning in from across the globe, from China to Africa to South America, the continental USA, including Canada, and of course all of the European Union, including the United Kingdom too. Thank you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure when I come to you with updates on this struggle for Ambazonia self-actualization. And today it is going to be very, very exciting. As usual, when I get to the bottom of this, I will open the phone lines to take your phone calls, and I like to hear from as many of you as possible. So please, without wasting time, I'm appealing to you. Something is not looking right. The numbers are so slow, so desperately slow to rise today. But please, I ask you, go ahead and hit your share button. I see there is a freeze here. at my end. There is a freeze here at my end. I don't know what is going on here. Okay, I think we are back. I think so. My entire screen was frozen. I think it is back up now. All right, so please, something is not right with the numbers. They are just so stagnant as if there is nobody on the platform. Please go ahead and you hit that share button. Let us quickly populate this platform. Again, something is not looking right. Something is not looking right. Everything shut down here, and I see people trying to rejoin the platform. I guess somebody, I don't know if somebody is trying to shut us down, but they can shut us down. They cannot shut us down. That's what I really mean to say. So please, if you are joining or rejoining, make sure that the numbers keep on jumping. Make sure the numbers keep on jumping. Please hit your share button. Let others who do not have the link know that your anchor man is live here. Now, I'd like to take you to Moliwe. Something happened in Moliwe, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like you to take a look and listen to this. Listen to this.
Where, Lord? Where now would they listen? Where, Papa God? Hey, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
See me trouble,
Jesus.
I'm not see the kind of thing, no. See the women, I'm not see the kind of thing, no. What is this? What kind of trouble is this?
Where?
We can find the light. So broad them like when you're
Where, Jesus?
What is this? What is this?
Just putting down. Oh, Lord. Where?
You don't know sense. Can't keep putting them. My one.
Where? And policeman they inside. Oh, for passport. Where? Lord? Oh, where?
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, what you are watching there took place, we are told, in Moliwe, right at the stretch past, I think, around the Brasserie junction there, or area there, where you have Ombe, I believe. I understand that the taxi that you see was stopped by a police officer of La République du Cameroon. He stopped a taxi, jumped into the taxi, and was pursuing a private car. The police officer jumped into the taxi and was about pursuing a private car that failed to stop. And the result is what you find there on the screen. We do not know how many people are dead, but as you can see from the scene there, lots of people have been evacuated also to the hospital, and it appears that the policeman himself died at the scene, and you can hear the lamentation of people at the scene. Bodies are being moved, and some are being moved into other cars into the hospital. And again, that happened yesterday. When a police officer, when a private car failed to stop and ignored the command from the police officer to stop, and the police officer jumped into that taxi and was trying to pursue the escaping private car, and it led to this accident that you find on your screen. That is what happens in a country where law doesn't exist. You don't just pursue a car just because they fail to stop at your checkpoint. You pursue them when you have reasonable suspicion that something is fishy, or they are carrying something fishy or doing something fishy. But that reckless act led to the injuries, and the people fear death, as being reported to us. Again, that took place yesterday in the Moliwe. And of course, for those of us who are very much used to what goes on in that country, that is what happened, because everybody disobeys the law, including the police officers who made this or who caused this to happen. So again, ladies and gentlemen, that happened in the Moliwe. That happened in Moliwe yesterday. February the 28th, the last day of February. You will imagine that these people left their homes hoping to start the new month today, 1st of March. But that is what happened to them. Thanks to the recklessness of a uniform officer, a French Cameroon uniform officer. Don't go away. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put in there. Again, I played with you to go ahead and continue to hit your share button if you have just joined the broadcast at this moment. Now I bring to you another subject that is very much important to us and to all of you Amazonians who are fighting for a free and independent country of your own. Wars are not good. Again, wars are not good. They produce undesirable situations. And one of those situations we are having to deal with today is that of hundreds of thousands of refugees. Hundreds of thousands of refugees in Nigeria and Ghana alone. We have well over 100,000 Amazonians who have been refugees for over 4 years now. And the conditions under which they live, if some of you happen to visit them, you will witness this by yourself. The conditions are not good. We have put out a flyer, a poster announcing a very special fundraiser for these refugees in Africa. And we are hoping that you will all join us. You will all join us on March the 19th. I think it's a Sunday, March the 19th, so that we can all jointly raise funds for those refugees. I am really pleading with you that while we fight La République du Cameroon to take what belongs to us, let us join our efforts on March the 19th to raise funds to support those refugees. And the poster that is out there, some people have seen the images on those posters and they think that those are some Muslims. They think those are some Muslims that we have put on those posters to send out to you. Those people are not Muslims. They are Christians, Ambazonians out there in Nigeria. And I'd like to show you some of the images coming from there. Take a look at this. Those.
Yes. Okay. Good morning.
These are our refugees, ladies and gentlemen. These are our brothers, our sisters in Nigeria. They are refugees, Ambazonians, refugees in Nigeria. These guys are struggling, you know. I have been there myself to see what they go through. And I'm really pleading with you. It is incumbent upon all of us to reach out to assist these refugees. So please, the images you see on the screen, these are our people. These are our people, ladies and gentlemen. These are our people. There are a lot of projects that this interim government is trying to put in place, projects that the refugees themselves have brought up. And we have taken them up to assist them. Look at our children. They could be your children, ladies and gentlemen. They could be your own children. These are Ambazonian children on ground one. If you can't feel the pain of these ones, I don't know what else moves you. So please, again, we are appealing to you. Let us all show up on March the 19th and assist these people. Now you look at these images, they look like Muslims. No, they are not Muslims. They are our brothers and sisters in Nigeria. These are Ambazonians. These images were taken by the refugee leaders on the ground. They are not Muslims. They are not Nigerians. They are our people, and I believe they can all, some people can even identify some of the faces that you find there. They are our people. So again, we are appealing to every Ambazonian. We are appealing to every Ambazonian to please show up on March the 19th. March the 19th. Gonna be a big town hall meeting to raise funds to support these, our brothers, our mothers, our fathers, and our children who are struggling to survive in Nigeria and in Ghana, and of course all over Africa. And we are not forgetting the prisoners too. The prisoners, ladies and gentlemen, they all depend on us for survival in those gulags in La République du Cameroon. If you don't want to support this war, support these ones. They did not declare war. War was declared upon them, and if they are refugees today, it is because they no longer have homes where they call home. They have no homes where they call homes. So please, my appeal to every Ambazonian out there, you don't want to support the fighting on the ground, you can at least support this one. When I visited Nigeria, I shed tears standing among these ones and seeing what they go through, seeing how they scramble over a little food that was brought to them. At home, they will not do that. They won't do that. But the country of La République du Cameroon has forced this condition upon them. We can't do enough to help them. We can do what we can. Every $1 counts. Every $1 counts. And I plead to you, please, show the human side of you. Show the human side of you, and let us help these, our brothers, our sisters. Put smiles in their faces. Put smiles in their lives. All right. And that is the story. Now, I am going to take you to another story here, ladies and gentlemen. I got some footages sent to me. Now, I am still coming to my monologue for tonight. I don't know what is happening with the numbers today. It doesn't appear like you are hitting your share button. Please do. But I'm going to bring next to you some footage is coming from the DDR Center in Boya, where you have these detainees, who are called them prisoners, because they are actually prisoners. You don't build a DDR center when you have not brought an end to a war. You only build DDR centers when you've brought an end to the war and you want to rehabilitate those who fought the war, those who laid down their arms. In the case of the war in Cameroon, the war is not over. It is far from being over. In La République du Cameroon is coalescing with some fighters, most of whom we know were criminals out there, into those centers. And they tell the world they want to rehabilitate them, but mere food, these people do not have in those rehabilitation so-called center. Listen to this. These guys are from Indian, and Indian, don't forget, is the base, the stronghold of colonial Prime Minister Dion Ngute. These guys are pleading behind bars in their DDR center, begging for food, ladies and gentlemen, begging for food. Yet, when they were taken there, when they were coerced to run to these DDR centers, they were called, life will be better. We will give you money to start businesses. We will feed you. We will take care of you. That was the promise. But only did they come to realize so soon that those promises were false promises. Look, take a look at that.
Subdivision when I'm on Demba. I beg, thank all my way don't come gather for this meeting. Do all Indian meeting, all Indian conference. We all the youth they all come up from Indian for the various subdivisions when I'm on Demba. Kodo Titi Bamuso, Sangele, Toko, and Bikombe Balwe. So we don't gather for reason one thing. We don't sit down here about 4 years this way. We don't sit down nothing, not come. So we reason ourselves, and we the work as a committee. We need to work as one. As you see the guard with the here, we the work as a committee, well organized people, and that is why you see we be so proud to inform our LHM say we in turn for disarmament center here. We do our possible best for make sure we give a good conduct, for protect the high officer where we elites get them for Yaoundé and elsewhere, for give them that good name. We no one give them bad record. That is why we do everything possible, and also for bring peace seriously. We do everything possible for bring peace. Our greatest role with the player now to make peace return to our division, Jan, so that everybody if we go back enjoy the good things that will get them. Our division be rich. That is why you see we get a lot of problems, but we must fight and come to the end of it. Now we want to use this opportunity for call all our elites so that they look onto our situation. Because anytime we gather as today, we understand say a lot of youth them with the day for disarmament center, they get talent to do so many things. People today they wish for do driving. So on the day they don't know driving, they want learn them. So on the day they don't learn driving, but they don't get license. Why? So on the day they don't get the opportunity to get small license, but they don't get work. So we call on our early.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the litany of things that the guy is naming there that they need, those are things they were promised. They were told to rush to the DDR center that all these things will be provided them. And one thing I observe here is this phenomenon where La République du Cameroon divides and rule, divides and conquer, even to the extent that people who are caged, like in the DDR center, they form their own little elite clubs. So you have we from the Indian people, and then you probably have we from the BLM people. You then have we from Kumbo, we from Santa, we from inside DDRO, inside DDRO. Cameroon messed with up, ladies and gentlemen, with divide and rule. Can you imagine that people who don't have their rights, they have nothing to eat, even in these desperate situations and conditions, they are forming their little elite clubs from Indian, and they are organizing themselves, and they say, oh, Indian has so much. If Indian had so much, you should be benefiting from it. You should not be in the DDRO center. They would have given it to you. That you drop down your arms and say you are running to DDRO center and you are there begging. I don't know if they didn't listen to you while you had guns. I don't know why you think they would listen to you at the DDRO center. So please, don't waste your time. And I learned that this thing, one of you sent this thing to me hoping that we'll help you. We did not send you to the DDRO center. We asked you to pick up the guns. We will give you the money to fight the guns and load the guns. That is the assignment we gave you. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, continue listening.
Them, when they look onto that situation, see how if he that they are picking them for make them be active. So on the day they want learn barbing saloon. So on the day they want learn poetry farming, and so on the day they already know them. So on the day they want go school, they still get that good thought for go school, but they don't get the opportunities. So on the day they want learn carpentry something, but they don't get the opportunity. So on the day like for instance, barbing saloon. So on the day they want learn poetry farming, and so on the day they already know them. So on the day they want go school, they still get that good thought for go school, but they don't get the opportunities. So on the day they want learn carpentry something, but they don't get the opportunity. So on the day like for instance, a lot of people there be unskilled, but they beg.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. There's more of that, but I don't want to keep you sitting there listening to what should not be happening in the first place. You make yourself a beggar, you will remain a burger. Now, I hope that other fighters, restoration fighters who are still there defending the land, they see what is happening with DDRO. We heard names before like Yannick somebody. We've seen people like Nambere. They flew from Nigeria into La Republic with lots of promises. And they all found out that what they were promised isn't what they are giving them. And they all took off. It marvels me that people are still running to the DDRO center in spite of the examples that we'll see emerging from there. It's unfortunate. People just never learn. I hope that again, some of you who still have your senses there can learn from what these Indian fighters, I don't know whether they were fighters, but all we know is that they are there at the DDRO center. We hope that you will learn. For those of you who are still fighting, you will learn and not go and subject yourself to this kind of situation where you become a beggar for the rest of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, when I come back, I bring you my monologue, my first monologue actually for tonight. Please continue to hit the share button. I need to see those numbers jumping. ladies and gentlemen, again, thanks for staying put in there. At this moment, I will be taking you to my first monologue for tonight. I actually have three of them for you tonight. And the first one has to do with these so-called senatorial elections that La République du Cameroon plans for our territory. French Cameroon has come into our country and turned us into slaves. They say that we joined them in a two-state federation in 1961. We came with our population. They do not say this. We came also with our constitution, our territory, our identity and state structures. We did not come in as individuals, but as a country, a political entity with its own structures. Today, we are being reduced from a state to mere individuals in that country. They took upon themselves to abolish our state, to abolish us as a other federated state, and since took up the mission to silence us forever. French Cameroon's nightmare today is that we are not only about taking back that state, we are taking back the country, and we are united in purpose. They enslaved us for so long because they pretended that we are one country. But the one country propaganda was only to the end that they slowly but surely confiscate everything that belongs to us. And they have largely succeeded. If you do not know, just think about this war, the war of today, the reason for which we are fighting. For decades, our people protested and pleaded like children, but the colonial French Cameroon masters ignored us. At one point, we were actually begging French Cameroon to decide our fate for us, asking for a return to federation. We acted as if we had no wills of our own. We acted as if we have no right to determine our fate by ourselves. We acted as if they own us. They have so manipulated our chiefs and the so-called elite that their families are killed, their villages and towns decimated, their people languishing in refugee camps and many others internally displaced. But they fear even to call for French Cameroon to accept genuine dialogue, let alone stop its useless war and the killings. Our chiefs are disoriented and confused, behaving like fugitives in their own land, all in fear of French Cameroon. Our courts, our schools, our towns and villages have been invaded and illegally occupied by French Cameroon forces. They seize our lands and divide it among themselves. They impose their own language on us. Our streets are full of their signboards. We have no breathing space in the land God gave us. If you doubt what I say, all you need to do to discover it is go to Victoria, go to Boya, Inquen, and Bamindankwe. They rape our women and spit in our faces. They call us dogs, 2 cubes of sugar. They even refer to us as Biafrans. Yet, the land is our own. The territory is our own, with its international boundaries, ladies and gentlemen. When our teachers and lawyers protested, they were beaten up, they were arrested and locked up. When we came out with peace plans, they gunned us down with helicopter gunships. They declared war on us in November 2017. Your children braved themselves, took up arms, and entered the bushes to defend their people, their land, their territory, and their identity. The war has been raging for the last 6 years and counting still. Fellow Ambazonians, you are free to allow French Cameroon to deceive you, to allow CPDM elite to tell you lies. If you cannot use your own mind, if you cannot blame anyone, your children, you cannot blame anyone. Your children fighting for the freedom of Ambazonia have decided that they will not be duped by French Cameroon, that we shall not remain their slaves in a land that was given to us by God himself. We owe a duty to ourselves to be free and to know why this long-standing conflict and recent war exists. Ask yourselves these questions. Do we own the land of the Southern Cameroons? The land we now call Ambazonia? Do we own it? Ask yourself. Does French Cameroon have the right to confiscate our own space of existence? Should any foreigner come into our land and impose his own way of life and laws on all of us? Does one federated state have the right to abolish the order? Who started the war? Who is rejecting negotiations? Who is rejecting a peaceful settlement? Who is rejecting dialogue? Who is burning our villages and raping our women and killing our children? Who is doing that? Who is responsible? Can French Cameroon, who started this war and is rejecting dialogue and is continuing to kill our people and children and burning our villages, be talking to you about peace? Of course not. What peace would that be? The peace of an armed robber? The peace of a murderer? The peace of a colonial master? Of course. Our people who are within the territory, suffering every day, you are our heroes. You are our heroes. We greet your courage and determination to resist the foreign occupation of French Cameroon until we can breathe the air of freedom in our own country or land. Rest assured, again, all of you should rest assured about one thing: armed robbery and colonialism have no pity, and French Cameroon, as the armed robber here, will never pity you. They live only on violence, on deceit, theft, and fraud. No sweet talking and lies will change the fact that French Cameroon is a foreign country in our land. It's a colonial country in our land. It's an occupation force in our land too, and is an armed robber in our land. Everything they say and do is intended to entrench their illegal occupation and colonialism. Only your intelligence, your resistance, and will to be free will liberate you. Only our unflinching determination will free all of us. Your obedience to lockdown, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you on ground zero, your obedience to lockdown calls is a strong message to French Cameroon that you want its aggression and war to end. It is a message to the world that you stand for freedom, It is your way to call for Cameroon to accept dialogue and a peaceful settlement of the conflict. It is your strong call for the war to end and for a permanent peaceful settlement. Every time you violate lockdowns, you play into the hands of French Cameroon. When we call for our people to stay home during their so-called mountain race, a race of desperation, they call it a race of hope. It's a race of desperation. Some people disobeyed and found themselves hurt. There was no need for anyone to be hurt if they stayed home. Staying home is the least we can ask of you. Staying home involves no risk and no confrontation with Cameroon terrorist soldiers. We need you to stay safe by enthusiastically supporting and respecting calls for lockdowns each time we call them. It is your own way of fighting the illegal occupation. Say a big yes every time lockdowns are called. Ambazonia has accepted dialogue to give French Cameroon the golden opportunity to prove its case to the international community. But French Cameroon, La République du Cameroun, has persisted in violence and in war. It rejected Kofi Annan's call for dialogue. They rejected the call for dialogue by the African Commission on Human and People's Rights. They rejected the Swiss mediation process and has recently also rejected the Canadian acceptance to act as facilitator after months of discussions. The whole world now knows who is blocking a peaceful settlement to this conflict. Everybody now knows that only La République du Cameroun is the stumbling block to a peaceful settlement to this conflict. They prefer violence, murders, slaughter and war. Yet, some of our lunatic people continue to sing the song of hollow peace behind La République du Cameroun. Time will inevitably catch up with those of our people who today are helping the enemy to kill and to destroy their own people. If you believe in dialogue and a peaceful settlement, you should obey lockdowns when they are called, the most peaceful way to make your voice heard, through lockdowns. This time, we shall not declare a lockdown against French Cameroon senatorial so-called elections in our territory. No, we are not calling for any lockdowns. Not because we want them to conduct the elections in our territory, no. But simply because we know that lockdown or no lockdown, La République du Cameroun already knows the winners and the losers of that election. As far as the general public is not being made to participate in the process, in the election, it is no longer an election. It is a selection. They have their winners known already. So we will not ask you to shut down your lives and your businesses for an exercise they don't even want you to partake of. Besides, the results have already been decided. However, this message is directed particularly to those to be declared winners in Ambazonia, our territory. Once your name is announced, you become persona non grata in all of Ambazonia. You become a fugitive in the territory. You have no place in Ambazonia because you represent nobody. Nobody voted for you. Your place is in La République du Cameroun. And should you think you can stay in Ambazonia to destabilize this crusade for independence, you and your generation shall be made to pay for it. The CPDM and all other Cameroon political parties have been banned from operating or doing business in all of Ambazonia. We are a people at war, and until the war is over, no activism, no political activism, ladies and gentlemen, will be permitted. And that is my message against the La République du Cameroon so-called senatorial election. They are not elections, it is selection. We have nothing to do with it. All of Ambazonia has nothing to do with it. And we are asking everybody, the fact that we are not declaring a lockdown doesn't mean that we are not monitoring wherever they gather to conduct that illegal exercise. If any elections, if you realize or discover that any elections are going to be conducted anywhere in your neighborhood, please let us know. Send us the information and we will chase them away. We will chase them away. It is a violation of our territorial integrity. We will not allow La République du Cameroon to openly do anything. They can do it. Not openly, not in our eyes, ladies and gentlemen. So if you find out anywhere such an exercise is to be carried out in your neighborhood, send us that information. We will do everything to chase them. And again, to every La République du Cameroon politician out there, in Bamenda, in Boya, in Fako, in Meme, in Manu, in Kumbo, in Libialem, all over the place. Again, your political activism is banned in all of Ambazonia. And you can go ahead, you have the freedom to go ahead and stand for your elections. But remember, you are banned from having anything to do with Ambazonia. You can move to Yaoundé, that is okay. You can move to Douala, to Mbunda, to Bafoussam, that is okay. But in Ambazonia, you are all wanted species. You are all wanted species. That is the message for you. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. And when I come back, I will bring to you my second monologue that has to do with ADF attacking civilians in Batibo, and of course the efforts by so-called blacklegs to smear yours truly. Don't go away. Hit your share button as I return. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, thanks for staying put. Again, I bring to you another very, very special talking point. And this has to do with all the smears out there on the yours truly. And of course, this interim government. And I want to remind you, I will be taking your phone calls right after these talking points. And I will want to hear from you and know what you feel about them. there is something I like to draw your attention to. One of the things I'm learning in this, our crusade for independence, is that when some people just can't afford to lay hands on real and legitimate ammunition with which to impugn your reputation and integrity, they resort to a campaign of calumny, misinformation, distortions, and sabotage. Still, when you show up on a TV show, as I do now, with a guest they don't like, a guest who possibly poses a threat to their despicable incursions and abuses on our people, especially involving kidnapping, ransom taking, and the killing of our own people. A guest who exposes who they are and their plots. They shriek or cry like babies and try attacks on just so that next time I do not bring on the guest that exposes them. I have been doing this show for so many years now, and most of you who watch and listen religiously know that I'm not, and I will not by any means be intimidated, even by 1 trillion smear campaigns. If they keep on trying, they will be defeated. In fact, they have already been defeated. They thought that by now, Chris Anu would have been out. Sorry, Chris isn't shaking, not at all. But this is what I want you, the audience, to know and to do, if possible. Each time you find a flyer or a poster advertising my shows out there in social media, if you have any doubt or concern, do a fact check. Don't just assume it is coming from us. Go to ABS Facebook page and verify. If the poster is not found on ABS Facebook page, know that what you see out there must be a fabrication of the enemies and the blacklegs, the kidnappers, and the ransom takers. A fabrication from crying babies, yes, crying babies, whose only war front is the social media. They can't come on television and talk productive issues. And this also applies to every short video clipping of me they show you on your television on Ground Zero and on social media. I have actually been inundated with calls and messages from Ground Zero. People wondering whether I say the type of things they hear on those TV channels. If indeed, those things had a smidgen of truth in them, I would have been long out of this thing, long gone out of this struggle, isn't it? This is how they do it. They behave like carpenters. Carpenters, yes. My videos are picked up from YouTube or from Facebook, trimmed, and then joined together to give them the message they want. They now put it into circulation and play on their channels too, just so they can persuade you I said those things. Please, every show we produce here on ABS is on both YouTube and Facebook. When in doubt, get to YouTube and Facebook to cross-check. And when certain people with their channels are in the habit of only making up stuff and only calling names and reporting names, why do you even care? Why do you have to watch? Shut them down. Again, shut them down. They think we don't know how to do it here at ABS. Of course, that's what they think. Do they think we cannot do it cut and join? No. The fact is that we can do it and we know how to do it. But we don't want to do it. We don't descend down that way. It is despicable. We value character and integrity in what we do here. This channel is the most watched on Ground Zero. This is not propaganda, you know that. Because we focus on bringing you the issues. We bring you information and education, not fabrications and slander. Please verify everything you see out there on social media and on their channels. And again, when in doubt, fact check on our Facebook and YouTube pages. But again, one thing I leave with you is that these losers will keep on losing. We here are as resilient as iron, and we will remain focused on saving Ambazonia. There is something I like to draw your attention to. One of the things I'm learning in this, our crusade for independence, is that some people just can't afford to lay hands on real and legitimate ammunition with which to impinge our reputation, and they resort to all of this. Fellow Ambazonians, I hope you got the message. Let us remain focused. Let us remain steadfast. Let us begin to check out those who are out to destroy this struggle. Sometimes we preach collaboration, unity, and so on and so forth, but ladies and gentlemen, it is hard sometimes to pursue it when you realize that certain factions are so much bent on destruction. I have received phone calls on this show every time we are here, and I'm sure we're going to receive some today. People saying, Comrade Chris, every channel is on the ground. It's only your name. It's only your name. And I say to them, of course, I'm a newsmaker. That's why they have my name. Unfortunately, they can't compete with me, and that's why they resort to name calling. But ladies and gentlemen, I want all of you out there to know, whenever you find any flyer like one that I saw a few days ago, a flyer of me and this scumbag called Zid Nasari, somebody. When you find flyers like that, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing you should do is go to our Facebook page, ABS Facebook page. Go there and verify. If you find it there, know that it is coming from us. But if it is not there, know that it's just one of those fabrications. The same thing with those video messages that they cut and join. Again, you find those messages. There was one in which they said, Chris is advocating for a federation, and so on and so forth. You find those short videos. Please, we have every video we have ever produced. Every show we have ever produced is out there on Facebook or YouTube. Go there and cross-check. Often they take everything out of context and join it together to smear yours truly. But let me assure you, I am bigger than that. I can contain them. Only failures and losers do what they do. Please don't touch the remote. When I come back, the ADF in Batibo attacking civilians. right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put there. Before I take you to my last talking point for tonight, let me bring you this breaking story that we are bringing to you from the interim government. In the weeks ahead, the interim government will start producing ID cards for Ambazonians in the diaspora only. The ID cards shall be produced, made available only to Ambazonians in the diaspora only. Now, we restrict them to the diaspora because we understand the security implications for those of you on ground zero, because should the invading soldiers, gendarmes and police of the Republic of Cameroon find them on you, you know where your destination will be right after that. So that is the reason why those ID cards are being restricted to Ambazonians in the diaspora. We have had lots and lots of appeals from Ambazonians in the diaspora, especially those who have to file for asylum documentation, be it in Europe or be it in the USA or anywhere. We've also received lots of appeals from those who have lived in this country or in the diaspora for so long and they no longer have traveling documents or anything that identifies them because their passports have expired, their visas expired, everything expired. They cannot drive, they cannot do anything, and they need something that will at least identify them. So finally, we heard your cries and we have decided. We deliberated upon it in the cabinet and we decided beginning next month, the interim government will start producing digital ID cards. Digital ID cards. If you think of American driving driver's license, that is what we have in mind. We are producing digitized, something that cannot be faked, ladies and gentlemen. Again, ID cards that cannot be faked. That is what we are engaging in. Now, a website will be coming up. A website will be coming up, and on that website, you will have to go there. If you need an Ambazonian ID, all you will need to do is you will go onto that website, enter all the information that is needed for an ID card to be produced for you. You will also send your passport size photographs, upload them to that website. Again, the website is still under construction, but it should be coming up possibly in the very next 2 weeks. And once the website is up, we will again announce it so that you can go on the website. You need an Ambazonia ID card. You go to the website, enter the required information, and those ID cards will be produced and mailed to you wherever you are in the world, except La République du Cameroun or Ambazonia itself. Anywhere you are in Africa, anywhere you are in China, in Europe, in Asia, in America, in Canada, we will be able to print those cards for as long as you pay them. Each ID card is going to cost $50, and you can have them for you can have it for 2 years, renewable after that. Again, let me make it very clearly that these IDs are only for Ambazonians in the diaspora and not for those on ground zero. I also need to state very clearly that you do not have any kind of special privileges carrying an Ambazonian ID, but for identification purposes. Again, no special privileges. You cannot, let's assume we have a referendum tomorrow. You cannot go anywhere and present your Amber ID card to claim to be Ambazonian. They will not count. If we happen to have a referendum, other identification methods will be applied at that moment, will be created at that moment. So do not think that for voting purposes you can present your Amber ID cards. We just want for those who are living in the diaspora and have no documentation, their papers have all expired, they no longer have passports, and they cannot go to the embassy of La Republique to ask for passports. They need to carry amber ID cards. You are filing for immigration documents, you need your amber ID cards. And we are also able to get expert testimonies for your asylum case. The interim government is taking care of this, and we are also going to announce a special director of immigration here at the interim government who will take charge of this department. So that is what is coming up. Again, these ID cards, they are just meant for you to go out there and be able to identify yourself if you have no other ID card. But consider the pride in carrying something that bears Ambazonia. There is a pride in it. So once the website is launched, we will call your attention to it. Registration will be so easy. Again, you go on the website, enter your information, send in or upload your passport size photograph, and the ID card will contain your names, your address, of course, everything that needs to be known about you. Again, these things are engraved, they are digitized. If you've seen American driver's license, you know what I'm talking about. They are made of solid, of quality. Once we get some out, I will bring copies to you here for you to take a look. So that is what is coming up very, very soon. We hope that you will all seize the opportunity to get registered and get your amber ID card. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I take you to my last monologue tonight that has to do with ADF attacks. ADF attacks on civilians in on Ground Zero. Batibo in particular. We know they have carried out quite a number of attacks against civilians, but what is happening in Batibo calls for particular attention, and that is why I am coming to you with this talking point. If we condemn attacks on civilians in Ngoketunjia and anywhere else in Ambazonia, we cannot do otherwise for ADF attacks on civilians in Batibo, Momo County. The lamentations reaching us from Batibo talk of ADF fighters harassing, arresting, and torturing civilians mercilessly. And this has been going on for quite a while now. In some cases, they pick and lock you up or lock up residents until ransom is paid before they can regain their freedom. This is one of the messages that was sent to me yesterday from a resident observer from Batibo. He said, and I quote, "You cannot enter Batibo now without a receipt in your hands, because the ADF asked people in Batibo, especially from Uwai, Bisam, and people using other routes inside Batibo, that they should pay 10,000 francs. I'm quoting from the person. Men, he said, must pay 10,000 francs. Women pay 5,000. And then they are issued receipts. If you do not have the money, he said, the ADF will catch you and beat you well. When they beat you, they lock you until family or friends come and post bail for the person. Every day, he continued, people are afraid to enter the village. If you are an outsider and are visiting any of the villages, prepare your 10,000 francs if you are a man. If a woman, prepare your 5,000. If you are someone who has a good job, you are made to pay from 30,000 francs. End of quote. The leadership of AGOVC, which owns and controls the ADF, must be held accountable for these abuses on civilians. If we hold Saigon accountable for abducting people and forcing them to pay ransoms and making life in general miserable for them in Ngoke Twinjia, fairness demands that we equally hold AGOVC and the ADF to the same standard. There is a yearning for unity and collaboration among us in this crusade for independence from all over the place. But these efforts meet with stumbling blocks in the face of such criminalities as being perpetrated by AGOVC and the ADF on ground zero. We are bound to condemn and disassociate ourselves from such deplorable treatment of our own civilian population. La République du Cameroon will never call the ADF for such attacks on our people. But all of us, all the groups are then made to be accomplices. And so we have no choice but to condemn it while distancing ourselves from it too. At any time a group that is supposed to be defending the people turns against the same people, we must recognize that for them, the war is no longer against the enemy, against La République du Cameroon. Their enemy is the people, and their own war is against the very people they're supposed to defend. In any community where they show up, that community should not hesitate to root them out. They don't fight for you. They make life most miserable for you. If you can do anything on your own to trap them down or to target them to pay for their harassment and torture, it is within your right to do so. Our civilians should not be made double victims in this war, ladies and gentlemen. No, they should not. They cannot be victims in the hands of the invader, La République du Cameroon soldiers, and also victims in the hands of fighters who ought to be protecting them against La République du Cameroon's invaders. In this time of economic misery on our people stemming from the war, civilians should not be subjected to any form of levies they cannot afford. We are not in apartheid South Africa, and civilians should not be subjected to carrying any form of passes as in apartheid South Africa days. If the ADF wants to prove anything, if they have anything, ladies and gentlemen, to prove, our civilians are the wrong targets. They can prove it to the many La République du Cameroon citizens and businesses that we have in Bamenda or in Fako, not on civilians. It is cowardly to target people less powerful than you while you have the real enemy out there. Go after their brasseries, their transportation industry, their blacklegs and traitors. Leave the villagers alone. Leave the civilians alone. They are already paying enough for a war they didn't choose. If you live in Batibo, again, if you live in Batibo, please send us your stories. And if you have pictures and videos, do not hesitate to send them to us too. All Ambazonians must condemn this kind of deranged conduct in the strongest of terms, and bluntly too. Take a break, I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put out there, and I hope that you got my talking point out there. This war is not against our people. It is not against our civilians and anybody, especially in the place of position, in the place of power, trying to enslave our people, punish and make their lives miserable, like in La République du Cameroon, should be called out for it. All of us must do that. All of us must do that until people begin to, until the perpetrators begin to yield. I'm now going to open the phone lines and have you call in. Before you call in, make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that your phone, your television set, the volume of your television set is shut down, because I will not take your call. Before you call, make sure the volume of your TV set is turned down. So please, the phone line is open. You can go ahead and make your call. Go ahead and make your call. And while you do the calls, I want to remind you on Wednesday, coming Wednesday, I have a very special guest that is going to be with me on Wednesday. We've heard so many Amazonians running away out of Cameroon. I mean, people who were in responsible places, that we have not had one of them who comes out to tell us what is going through and what they went through. On Wednesday next week, I shall be bringing one here who has developed the boldness to come and tell us what is going on. I get to the first caller here. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you are calling from, sir?
Yeah, I'm calling from Ground Zero, sir.
What county?
Meme County.
Wonderful. And what is in your mind, sir?
All right. I would like to speak in our normal language.
No problem. Go on.
Yeah, which way it is for my mom. I say ADF don't cause a lot of damage for this revolution. ADF, that boy, the way they record and say Atangaji boy, they're not ADF them.
Yes.
Not ADF them. Yes. No, that Atangaji boy, the way they talk to Atangaji boy, they're not ADF. They do all those things. For me, at the system, may they fight all possible means, may they eliminate this group where they call us ADF for grand. It start with Ivo, then use Ivo. When they use Ivo, they start key general. They ask Nambere be talk true. You see Nambere he foot, Nambere he told them. Now divine court and Nambere be supposed to die. They very deep Nambere grave. Divine very deep Nambere grave for some take Nambere be make. Divine very deep grave. Divine you see Nambere foot, then don't cut Nambere he told them for buy become. We number divine very deep. So number talk a lot of truth them. Me and no number. Talk a lot of truth them.
Thank you.
So
Thank
the
you.
people I say, yes sir, I beg sir, at the camp. The people I say may they find all possible means for fight me for eliminate ADF for granted because before the war go balance down.
Thank you,
sir. That's my point.
Thank you. We are all on the same footing. Thank you for the call. All right, the lines are open, ladies and gentlemen. So go ahead, call in, make your point. Go ahead, call in, make your point. Again, before you call, make sure that your line, your TV volume is shut down. The caller is right. The caller is very much right, and that is the trouble. When you call them out on it, they go gaga, they cry like babies. We have one of them out there, the guy they call the whom I would like to call the Sam Mufo. The Sam Mufo of the ADF or AGOFC, they call him Kapodani. I call him Sam Mufo. Well, let me get this caller first. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Where are you calling from?
Yes, sir. Is it Mr. Chris?
Yes, sir. You are live. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from ground zero.
Okay, and what is your contribution?
Well, I don't know. This crisis like this has stayed too much. It's so much more than it's going to more than 7 years. You know.
I'm sorry, sir. I have to take a different caller because your network is not very good. Thank you for the call. Try next time with a good network. Hello. Hello. Okay, I think I lost this other caller too. Again, the phone line is open, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear from you. Go ahead and call. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, who am I speaking to? Is it the president?
You are speaking to Comrade Chris. I know this voice. And you are live on ABS. What is in your mind, ma'am?
If I can speak to the president, I'm looking for the president, not the comrade.
You are live on ABS.
Hey.
Oh, I guess you didn't know that.
No what?
You are live on ABS. All right, let me get to the next caller. Hello.
Yes, hello. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ground Zero, sir.
Okay. What is your contribution?
Oh, I want to add my contribution, even also to what Namere said as I watched on the other video about ADF.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm General Commando's son.
You are General Commando's son. Commando in Batibo, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So about that, I think the civilians can rally against the ADF because the soldiers cannot kill civilians or they cannot carry their guns against them. So if the civilians can rally themselves and take them out of Batibo, it would be nice. Those people are evil. They gather soldier in a house. They can call you people that they want to have a meeting. You guys to make peace, and they'll gather soldiers in the house and burn them. Look, for example, what happened in Batibo in Guzang last year is 2017 that they killed 11 soldiers for commando. Yeah, they was having a mission. That squad was called a vampire squad. They were having a mission that they want to go and carry it in Batibo. So they gathered a soldier there at the Guzang Market Square. After
we are very much aware of that incident. Now, are you on the ground in Batibo now? Are you calling from Batibo?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what have you heard about the attacks in Kogwe Market?
Sir, I have no idea about it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for the call. God bless.
You're welcome, sir.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Daddy, you two have access to.
Hello. Okay, we lost that caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. Hello. I guess that was a bad network there. Hello. Hello.
Sir, good evening. Hello. Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Can you turn down the volume of your TV, please? And focus on the phone.
Hello.
I don't know what is happening with those callers. Hello. 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 When you call, please make sure that you have turned down the volume of your television set, because if you are waiting to get to hear me on your TV, there is a delay. Focus on your phone when you call. All right, hello.
Hello, good evening, Comrade Chris.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
Neme County, precisely Kumba.
All right, and what is in your mind?
Yes, Comrade Chris. This sense passing ready for diaspora, really in a sense passing indeed, because that man, he get the agent them for down here. He agent they act like dog. The why la Republic they like hunter. So after all which way you struggle for do, the agent them, the ADF, now they just dig out.
Now who be sense passing? I don't know. I have not heard about that. What be the person a real name?
Kaput Daniel, the sense passing. We never ever hear the address is sense passing.
Oh, okay. Well, from today, let's call him Sam Mover.
Okay, Sam Mover.
Sam Mover of yes, of the ADF.
So the agent them when at the ADF, they did like the dog where it is search out the animal where it will be where the military they will fall in the hand of the military. So hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go on.
Yeah, so I just plead. Your strategy with the fighters in for ground zero. One, they no need for even call their name, show their face. We not even need to know them for now. We need their action, and we need to know say na me don't act. Finish. We don't need general. We don't need title. We don't need them. We don't need action on the ground. Because the agent them for the the moment they hear this name, they see this face, they must go in their own camp, by all means to dig this man out. Now that sacred agenda that even transporter they die so if they in the hand they don't put it for down, study well, and then they come for fauna pretend say they go mission with transporter. Meanwhile, they don't already study or he move. So the ADF did like the dog, the hunter, the car and go for bush, and the dog they go search out the beef before you see hunter now go come now happily. Yeah. You struggle for do all what you really do. It go difficult for you for if you not implement this system for your own fighters, and you need to get the fighters who they believe on you, and you explain a strategy for them where they go distance themselves from the ADF. Meaning not the listing today that because they can't give you gun today, they'll give them gun, give them
yeah, they call them and promise them guns. They're coming to give them guns, and they fall for it, and they go, they are killed.
That's it.
It is established, ladies and gentlemen. It is established. The ADF is not about this war. It is about conquering every other fighter on the ground. That is their mission. That is their mission, conquering every other fighting force on the ground that doesn't belong to them, that is not loyal to them. So if you are an AROF on the ground, and you go exposing yourself to them, thinking that they are your friends, they are not your friends. They are not your friends. And even so-called Canadian talks, Canadian talks. I see something that I don't think many people have seen. I think this is an effort to bundle all of us and hand us to La République du Cameroon. That is not going to happen. Ambazonians, listen to the sound of my voice. We will not be bundled and handed over to La République du Cameroon for as long as this interim government is concerned. Anything, listen to me, anything about negotiations, Ambazonian stakeholders and leaders must sit together and draw the agenda. They own the agenda and not a particular group. All right. Thank you for the call, okay? I think he's gone. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, President.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
Yes. I'm calling from Loom.
From Loom? Okay. What is your contribution, sir?
Yes. I want to tell you just a short thing.
Okay.
Yes, well, restoration forces are funky. The law weapon and this guide and this infiltrator them work are all cycled down. You will remember the other time where they can't keep that too much of them. And then wait one number to don't talk. When I look up with SDF, because not them the British struggle down. With the application of what
we know that. That is, we have no doubt about that. We have no doubt about that. And we will not spare them anymore.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the call.
Hello.
Hello. All right. Let's see who is next here. Hello. 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 Please, again, before you call, shut down the volume of your television. Hello. As I can get your call. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yeah, I can hear you. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Okay, and what is your contribution?
I think all those I think you guys in the diaspora have to make hold a meeting and amongst you and the unite and someone, maybe Dr. Joe Ayaba, and let him explain the because it doesn't matter that you are so separated this way in fighting. When I always look at
okay, hold on there, hold on there.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense calling anybody to say anything for somebody who has built a reputation on killing his own people, and despite all the counsel, the advice, the meetings that have been called or given him for 6 years, nothing has changed, and so we won't be calling anybody to say anything. Rather, we will distance ourselves from people attacking our civilians, and we will make sure that the civilians can be empowered to go after anybody in their own community who is not protecting them but robbing them and killing them.
Okay, I want to run up by saying...
Sorry, sir, your network is very bad. Your network is very bad. We'll go to the next caller. Hello. Hello.
Robbing them and killing them.
Hello. Hello. Please, again, if you want me to take your call, listen to me. Shut down the volume of your TV before you call. Hello. Hello. All right. Again, getting so many calls here. If you cannot shut down the volume of your TV and focus on your phone, I can't get your call. Hello. Hello.
Sir.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
Ground Zero.
Yes, we know you are calling from Ground Zero. Which county?
Nizam country.
Okay. What is your contribution, sir?
Just keep that number. I will call you after I tell you where it pass.
All right. I'll wait for your call, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello. 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 Okay, let me get to the next caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Chris.
Yes, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ground Zero, precisely in Fako.
Okay, and what is the contribution?
Yeah, I want to contribute about the issue of ATF.
Okay.
Yeah, with my own opinion, I was thinking ADF. I think is their leadership that is giving them miscommand, wrong commands. Because if you look keenly, you know all of them are not fighting a just way, but they have that intention to free Ambazonia. But now some people among them are using the orders that are not intelligent to get for their own personal gain. And secondly, if we encourage our civilians to go after them, we will know that we are doing the right thing. They will send a wrong message around the world, because they will use it against us that our civilians are fighting Amazonian fighters out of the land, that they don't want them anymore. You know, those are chances that the enemy
you are very correct. That makes a lot of sense. You are very correct, and that makes a lot of sense. But I think we can carry out the education. We can communicate to the outside world that Ambazonians are chasing corrupt and fraudulent fighters who are not out for Ambazonia, but out to rob them. That is the message. And you are also right that this is being done by their leaders, because we have called their leaders to it again and again and again and again, and you would think they will develop any remorse. No, they cannot keep on doing this with impunity for over 6 years. Thank you for the call. All right, let's see who is next here. Hello. Hello. Okay, bad network there. Hello.
Hello, Chris.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, comrade. I'm following your program now. I don't know whether these calls are coming through.
Yes, sir. This is live. You can hear me. You are calling live. What is in your mind?
Yeah, I just heard you call Capo Daniel Sam Mufo.
Yes.
No, it's Goebbels. If you ever heard of the giant propaganda machine of the Germans run by Goebbels.
Okay.
The ADF is all about propaganda.
Yeah. Right. We know that. We know it absolutely. And listen, you can only do propaganda for some time. You cannot do it out of the all the times, because people discover who you are. And each time they turn onto your channel, they know it's the same old propaganda with no facts. They discredit themselves. All right. Hello.
Understand is this: you have been very controlled, falling prey to their propaganda, and you should keep to that trend. ADF is all about conquering all the forces on the ground here. They do no fighting. All they do is want to be the sole representatives of the Amazonian people, and that is never going to work.
It is not going to work. It is not going to happen. And those are the people who want you to believe they want to go and negotiate for you. When for 6 years we don't know where they are fighting other than attack and kill our own people and kill our own fighters. How do you trust people like that? All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the call. Okay, the phone line still open, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and call. Hello. Hello. Your voice is muffled, so I can hear you. Hello. All right. Let me get to the next caller here. Hello.
Hello, Mr. President.
This must be my Franca.
It's Mommy, yes, sir.
Okay.
Good afternoon, and thank you for the show.
Thank you.
You know, there's a saying in Pidgin that if jiga there for your foot, you better take out that jiga before it mess up all your toes. You know that one, no?
I know that one, yes.
Okay. An enemy in the house is worse than an enemy out there. It is time for us. I'm happy you are addressing ADF. It's past due. It's overdue. We have Ayabocho on video telling Efang to go cut people's head, cut the phone's head in Momo, and Efang did just that. We have Capo Daniel, we have Tapang Ivo instructing ADF gangsters, I call them gangsters, especially in the northern zone, to kidnap people, to kidnap families of people in the diaspora. And they are basically, I don't even know how to describe them. They're monsters, they're thieves. And their so-called leaders in the diaspora are living fat on the suffering and blood of our people. And it's time for them to stop. It's time for Ambazonia to know what ADF is doing throughout the whole land. As we talk, they kidnapping even babies. Less than 2 months ago, they kidnapped a 3-year-old, and the father had to pay a ransom of 6 million in Bamenda.
6 million?
Yes, 6 million, because they broke into a house and kidnapped a 3-year-old child.
When was that? When was that again? When was that again?
In Mezam.
When?
In Mezam. This is less than 2 months ago. ADF people in Bamenda cannot rest. Momo or Ashong is their headquarters. They come to Bamenda, they kidnap, they take people to Ashong. They're evil. They wanted to destroy the camp in Pinyin. 40 armed ADF fighters got to Pinyin. When they could not find the fighters, they rallied as civilians and took over 25 civilians and used them like shield to Gujang. Efang has stolen every single cow in Santa Urgea, and it's time for us to start exposing them. They are evil. Ayabacho is evil. Each time there's a problem, if you call Ayabacho, Ayabacho will refer you to Capo Daniel. And then Capo Daniel will tell you, oh, why are you calling me? You don't want ADF in Mesa. It's time we deal with them. ADF, Ayabacho reminds me of Idi Amin of Uganda. Don't even tell me they are Samofo. I come from Santa. Samofo loves his people. These people don't even care. They kill their own. They're evil. Let Ambazonians not forget the number of children, fighters that ADF has murdered, slaughtered in broad daylight in Momo. Not only those fighters in Gujang Market, but all over. The ones that came from all over the place when Field Marshal of the BLM fell, and Efang rally fighters from all over, from Manfred to Southern Zone, that they were going to take over the BLM. All those kids went there, and Efang basically fed them, and then when it was nighttime, he left with his security person, and they called the military. Those kids were more than 15. There were 20-something kids. They slaughtered them. Ayabacha is wicked. He's a criminal, and we should make sure that he doesn't put his foot on Ambazonia land. The man is wicked.
Yeah, and that is the man who wants to negotiate for you.
I don't want to use some words, but the man is a bastard, wicked man.
That is a man who wants to negotiate for you. All right.
Yes.
Thank you for the call.
Yes.
We will stay on this story. We are not going to skip anyone.
We have to expose them. The criminals. There's nothing coming out good from ADF on Ground Zero.
Thank you.
From Mesam to Momo, they think that Momo is their captured territory.
Well, I really hope that people, the civilians in Momo, rally together and whatever they can do, whatever that they can do to get them out of the place. Thank you for the call.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Mr. President. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Where are you calling from?
Hello. Is the wife of the man that called from in Mongo Division.
Oh, okay. Can you turn down the volume of your TV and focus on your phone, please?
Yes, sir. I just want to say, right, man, you are the Aaron that led the children of Israel out of Egypt. Sir, I just tell you that no matter the occurs that on your way, sir, keep it on our side, and by the grace of God, we shall lead the Egyptians.
You are breaking.
Because God said at the chance no matter option, you shall succeed in.
Well, thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, your network is not very good, but thank you for the compliment, ma'am. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, thank you for the compliments. Your network is not good. Hello.
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 Hello. Yes, I'm calling from. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
Oh, calling from Mamina One.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm calling from Mamina One.
Yes, what is your contribution?
One.
What is your contribution?
Mamina One.
Yes, sir, I can hear you. What is your contribution?
Yes, I'm calling from Mamina One. I sent a message yesterday, the key backup. I'm calling from Mamina One. I sent a message yesterday concerning backup. Yes, sir, I can hear you. Yes, I sent a message.
Sir, sorry, I'm struggling to hear you. Let's get to the... Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Batibel.
Oh, wonderful. What is in your mind, sir?
Yeah, what is happening right now at Batibel, at the ADF? So they are going around door to door and collecting 10,000 francs for each villagers, men's, and the women are collecting 5,000 francs. So in each one house, they are collecting 15,000 francs.
So they collect 10,000 from the man, 5,000 from the woman in the same house.
Yes.
So if they find 3 adults, 4 adults, it's either 10,000 or 5,000, depending on the... Yes, go on.
Yes, so that is it. Every man and every woman in Batibwe, that's at they call Lower Mugamuda, and
okay.
So then they're giving, if you don't pay, they'll get you wet, trash, and beaten, and you don't force, you must pay the money.
So since when did they start doing this?
Now it's 2 weeks now.
Okay. And what are the people saying? What are people saying?
People are not happy with what is going on now, right now. It's 2 weeks now. 2 weeks now.
It's 2 weeks now.
So that is it.
Is it true that they pick up people, lock them up, and wait until somebody comes and pay a ransom for them before they let the person go?
Yes. So, and if you paid, they're giving you a receipt that you paid.
You pay, they give you a receipt.
Yes.
How about people entering Batibwe from Bali?
No, that destination there's nothing. Is a zone of ADF. That's in the yeah. So that is it at the core in Ambo. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, sir. You guys remain vigilant. Keep me informed with whatever you get. Just text me, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Hello. Hello. Bad connection there. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening. This must be the Honorable herself.
Yes, sir.
You made it through. The lines are busy. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, the lines are busy, but I just want you to let the callers know that when they call, they should not wait to hear their your voice on their TV set or on their handset before talking, because the voice comes some few seconds later. So they should just keep talking on the phone and listen to you because you are already live with them.
Right, that's why I keep explaining to them when you call, shut down the volume of your TV and focus on the phone, because you want to hear, you want to speak to me, hearing me on TV. TV is delayed and you'll be waiting.
Exactly. But Mr. President, what I want to say is that do you remember that 1 year ago, we have been on this same position about the ADF, right?
Very correct.
Yes, because the ADF is not a normal group. I was a member of an ESCO in Belgium, you know. The Secretary of State stood up in a meeting and made a confession that the ADF is a sect and that they took blood oath in the days of SYL, 8 of them. And that there is no group that can take us to Boya when they are there, because if any other group does that, they will all perish because they have taken an oath. And that they cannot allow any group to take us to Boya other than them. So there is nothing we are talking about here that will even penetrate their minds. That was the Secretary of State, Ayamba Larry, who made that confession in an ESCO meeting with about 16 of us inside the meeting in a church in Antwerp.
In a church?
Yes, we held the meetings in the church in Antwerp. He stood up in the meeting when we had elections and was begging us to make him the chairman because they should be the ones to take us to Boya or they will all die, that we should pity them. So when you people keep talking about ADF, they will stop. You are wasting your time. He was very precise. And in Belgium, if every time you have been initiated in the ADF, you have to take an oath, a blood oath.
No, this initiation is done at the executive level or what? Or is it that every supporter, I know they don't have many supporters out there, they just have this social media clique. So are all these people initiated?
All of them. If you see any staunch, committed supporter of the ADF, you must take that oath. And it's a law. You cannot leave them. They kill you.
But how about somebody like Tapan Ivor, who was one of the executive members and is now has been very critical of them?
No, that they are just playing gimmicks with us. Do you think he's really critical? They do it, and then the next day you hear them talking about ADF in a very positive manner. So they come out here and they manipulate us, and then they go back there and they laugh at us. So we are going to be stuck here for the rest of our lives talking about ADF.
No, we will not be stuck. I think the ADF, we either fight the right cause or be ignored and be considered to be a terrorist group. I think that will be the case. And hold on a second, and if they think that we're going to sit down with them at some table to talk about some Canadian thing, they make an error, they make a mistake.
No, the ADF is not, they can only be there if they are
they are at the top. They are in charge, yes. We know that.
So they cannot be there. That is a confession, a true confession, open confession. And I was present. I did not hear from another person. I was present right there when this confession was made. So,
all right.
And that was after a heated prayer. That's when this confession started coming out. So we should not downplay the ADF. I see somebody saying that we should curse money and give them. They have more stronger spiritual forces that are working for them.
Well, we have prayer too. We have God on our side, and things are rough with prayers. Thank you for the call.
You're welcome.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
Okay. Good evening, secretaries.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling from 0% from Midland County.
Okay.
Okay. I'm very happy the way you take your program and the way the government is doing. So, for what I've been seeing and hearing from you people,
I'm sorry, sir. Your network is not very good. Hello. We lost that caller. Let's get to the next one here. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
You have a very bad network, sir. Hello. Hello. Again, that is a bad network. Hello.
Hello, Mr. President.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Okay, and what is your contribution, sir?
Yeah, my contribution, I say, I want to talk with Honorable Just Talk now about ADF.
Okay.
That talk with it talk, it drive me go for my revelation where I get them concerning ADF.
About revelation, you get them concerning ADF, okay?
Yes. I get revelation concerning ADF with EFAN and he boys them. They did for some gathering. So for that gathering now, they convince people then now. So I be there for that place now. Two of we will be there for that place now. We then let's spy 1 year with then they talk. So they give wrong information now for that gathering where they don't hold on now against the two people the way that they fight the revolution for Ambazoni. So time where they notice say we will they abstract, we then are people that will spy them. If now start follow we. I see the following now will start run now. It is shoot gun, the gun enter because me I be man of God. You understand now? I'm a man of God.
Yes.
So it shoot gun now for now, the gun they enter and would they run with two. And we two would they run me that my friend now if I now follow we for back now it turn now into python, flying python. If fly for up now, it go continue we for in front. I see the fly for up now for go continue for in front, some key come off for a pocket 4. So as if the key come off for now, I pick that key. It come on now with that step down python way it don't turn now to attack me. So I kill that python. I kill the way don't turn that python. So I kill the. So as I killing now, the other snake the now way I don't kill her now. As I killing now, I chook that some rod, I hold some rod from my hand. I chook that French snake the way I don't kill her now. I chook her all inside belly. So I lock him up now. I tap push her now the go now. As I go now, so so they don't put the machine gun on top. He locks. So as they see me now, that friend they see me now, they start shoot me with that machine gun. As they shoot me, the cat is a new enter inside my skin. They shoot me, the cat is a new enter my skin. I really can't go closer to them. I really can't closer to them. I pick 2 stones. As I come now with that 2 stones, now that person will do for on top he locks with that on top he lock with that machine gun. We shoot me. I come now, I took that 2 stone now, I just jam in it now, it hit scatter. And for that, from there now, I woke up now for that dream. So as the honorable tongue now, so my way I don't the revelation come to my memory. Now I say my talker.
How long ago was your revelation?
Now last year.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Last year September, so.
Thank you for the call. Yes. You are a pastor. Keep on praying on the about this subject, and keep us praying that God will set confusion in their midst and get them begin to bow one after the other. There is power in prayer.
That's all. Yeah, they are all gone. They will all die. They will all die. You see it. They will all die. All of them, those goody people, they will all die. You see it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the call.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm coming from Meme.
From Meme, okay. What is in your mind?
Yeah, Meme Kumba. Let me just say with pidgin language.
That's fine. Go on.
Yes. What we talk about Ayabacho. Last 2 weeks, my wife and they go for burial.
Your wife, them? How many wives you get?
My wife, I mean, family, and the own family.
Okay, all right, good. Go on.
My wife and the family, they go be taking a move on go village for Asho. From Asho now, that since the joke come back for the joke of Asho, the ADF, they pursue them 5,000 for each woman. 5,000, man picking 10,000. So now we not get the whole year beat the review well. So he can't confess that when we say well, the way to don't suffer we say but to both for strong. So at least I just confirm it to him I talk for here. Now you don't tell me. Now you don't talk today. So
thank you. When I keep sending the information to us.
Yes, President Chris.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see if there are some messages here. Comrade, I am deeply worried about the attitude of the ADF, the club of kidnappers, for ransoms and very reasonable looking, I think they mean to say reasonable looking Ambazonians. Oh, no, okay. Very worried about reasonable looking Ambazonians like Professor Carson Anyangwe, John Ba Akuro, and mothers who are supporting Ayabacho's club. Okay, that is coming from somebody on ground zero. Let me get this caller here. Hello. Hello. Turn down the volume of your television and focus on the phone, please.
Yes, I've turned down the volume.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Meme. This is Commander One Colors.
Oh, Commander One Colors. Good to hear your voice, sir. Your cafe there up.
Yeah, we're cafe there up. One for talk say that thing where they call and say election. Now for different places it will take place new for Kumba. Because we don't receive all necessary equipment the way we give for use them for that particular day. So all things they intact. So no shake no them make Kumba no make Kumba. When I feel in a different place, for Kumba no work. You know what happens. So when I forget about election for Kumba, you know what work out. Because all our equipment they all enter now today. When I say when I get army, what's the army? The way the equipment they enter today. So I want to say the people, the Cameroon government say they get equipment, they get army them. We said it be day where the equipment enter today. So for that one for election, when I don't forget, it will happen at different place. No, it's a Kumba.
Thank you,
So
thank you. Thank you. I really want to appreciate work where when they do inside Kumba. Now Kumba and Bamenda, when I know say now he hold this struggle. If Kumba go down, Bamenda go down, I don't see where the energy will come from. So these are two commercial centers, the biggest cities in Ambazonia that we cannot joke with them. And we don't do a great work throughout this struggle inside Kumba. Kumba always respect lockdowns and ghost towns. Thank you very much for the call.
Something the way one make una understand. When I ask and say why do they keep people that can't put on for Bisek Junction?
No, tell us a secret.
Yes, for the investigate and for tell one of the reason because they like the SGO get a call with some particular set of people. Them say some number of fighters the way they will put them for that Bisek Junction. There is get a rewards. And so we will investigate and we'll get to una, we'll tell una. So she know for Kumba, we'll everything.
You know, say that SGO don't overstay for Kumba, right? That man's supposed to be taken out.
No worry yourselves. No worry. When she know when I no worry, now small we'll take them.
All right.
Too much stay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello. 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 All right. So let me look into your messages here. President Chris, good evening. This is a receipt. Oh, somebody has sent a receipt to me. This is a receipt that ADF is collecting money in Batibo. 10,000 from men, 5,000 from women. Anybody that enters Batibo must pay this money. All right, thank you, sir. I see it. Hello.
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 Yeah, hello. I'm getting you. This is Chris Anu.
This is Chris Anu, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Grand Zero. I'm calling from Kupe Maninguba.
Okay. And what is in your mind?
Yeah, what is on my mind that I want to explain to you is that you people should know that we in Grand Zero here we have no voice to speak.
Yeah. Go on.
That is the reason that, like public, if you want to speak, they will kill you. Right. They will kill you. But we have it in our mind that we are not going to be with one Cameroon. It will never happen till the day we retire. So we are praying that God should help people to try to collaborate. People should try to be one. Try all things. If you have people there who are not working with you people, that you show us the proof that the people are people who are dealing with the public, so that us, if we know the way we deal with such people, so that before they come, we really know how they operate. Yes, and somebody like Chris, Capo Daniel, Ayabacho, those people that we are hearing about them talking about Ambazina so much. We know that people who are so patriotic like that, when they talk like that, they say Satan can take the Bible to convince. We really know you should not disturb yourself whether to investigate about Ayabacho, about or everything lies here in Grand Zero. Even they like they cheat on us, they do what? We will still get them right-handed. The struggle is with us.
Thank you. That is wonderful. It's important to know. Say when I get all that knowledge, and I bet you on our own, these are not the kind of people that you collaborate with. I think 6 years and counting have been enough to know who is willing to fight a genuine fight against La Republique, and if at this moment a group doesn't see the need to do things the right way and collaborate with others, not forget about collaboration with them. Thank you for the call.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right.
So we'll keep on calling, giving you more information on things that are going on ground.
Absolutely, thank you. Hello. Okay, missed that caller. Hello.
Hello, Senator Chris.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good day. Good evening. How are you?
Are they fine? Where did you call from?
Now they call from America County, Ground Zero.
Wonderful. What will be inside your mind?
No, what you when me I want to be say about you Capo Daniel and Ashu and the rest of they do that they not fight God.
Absolutely.
They not fight God. Yeah, because God now got this battle.
Yes.
The battle they not forgot you and God is the leader. They not fight God. The only thing we say we'll put down for prayer. I will call Prince Frank sometime. We mean he pray. So we'll put on for prayer all that plan. They get that black magic power or that occultic power or Nkankang power or Mami water power. Fire go destroy and the fire for God go destroy and they go down because God is handy for this fight and that God is the lead. And yes. Jesus Christ is the captain for the fight. So the ways are done. And the job pray say, may God help you do your work fine. Because they be try for blasphemy your name. But God don't many people don't believe now say you know they so. Many people don't believe now say you be outside of them. So the praise may God help you and may God protect you and the rest of the comrade where they stand through for this fight. So God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the call. God bless. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Chris. Yes, I'm talking concerning backup. We need to replace that guy because it was a brave fighter.
We need to replace what?
We need to replace him. That's somebody that has removed all the black legs in it.
Where are you calling from, sir?
Drinks, yeah.
Where are you calling from?
So we need to remove that guy.
Where are you calling from?
Yes, back up.
Where you they call from?
Planets.
Where you they call from? Hello?
Mizan country.
Okay. So you say we get for replace now who?
Mizan country.
I hear you. You talk say we get for replace.
Mizan one.
I hear you. You say we get for replace now who?
Calling for Mizan.
Yes. You say now who where you say now who get for they get for replacement. All right, I think we will call it a day here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take some messages. Wow, our president, thank you for this new initiative on Amber ID cards. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the update, sir. May your days be long. We look forward to having you. Okay. Thank you, sir. Let me get to this only local call from America. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Where are you calling from?
Good evening, Secretary Chris.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you are calling from, please?
No, we are okay. We are okay.
All right, go on.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go on, go on.
Yeah, we are with you people. We are very happy for your as you are communicating with us.
All right.
Yeah, my own advice here is that those people, those cabal, like Capo Daniel and his cabal group over there, those people are working with La Republic. So we don't need to put our interest in them. We just need to push this struggle forward. The best thing I can say is just that you people should gain power on the ground here in ground zero. People should gain power in ground zero so that people communicate with our restoration forces so that they can push the struggle ahead.
Right. Now, one thing, if you are calling from ground zero, if you can do anything, is to educate the restoration fighters that you come across. Tell them stay away from the ADF because they will sell them. They will sell them out. They will be killed. The plan of the ADF is to have all genuine restoration fighters killed so that their forces remain the only ones on the ground, and they can now negotiate a one Cameroon structure in which they are part of the leaders of Cameroon. That will not happen, not when I am still part of this. Thank you for the call. Hello. 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 All right, I think that will be the last call, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in today. I look forward to coming back next week with again a very special guest. Gonna be exclusive. So please get ready for Wednesday when I bring that guest here. It's gonna be very exclusive. Do not forget, please subscribe. Get to amberdeals.com. Get to the website amberdeals.com and subscribe. Pay your Amber dues. We need your money to be able to prosecute this struggle. I hate when people just say, oh, one action, we want firepower. Where do you think the money will come from to do firepower? If you are not helping, if you are not supporting, Amber dues is only $10, or if you want to give more than that, it's fine. But you can go subscribe and just be paying $10 a month, just $10 every month. That adds up. So please, you really expect to see us do things here. We expect you to support those initiatives. And the way you do that is go to amberdeals.com, register, enter your payment information, and I should assure you that your payment information is very safe in that website. And every month you will be paying $10, just $10, or any amount you choose to pay. And just imagine if we have 1,000 people paying just $10. Just $10 every month. That is $10,000 every month. That can carry us 5 actions. Just assuming an action is $2,000, that can give us 5 actions on the ground. 5 actions, like what you saw in Boya, ladies and gentlemen. So please, I am really appealing to you. Don't ask us to do so much if you are not supporting, if you are not paying your dues. I hope you do that. All right, again, next Wednesday is going to be special. Mark that down in your calendar. Thank you for tuning in, and good night. God bless.